Racing. Reading snap away quickly down on the inside with Durbridge. St Covert began brilliantly. Solvet didn't begin all that fast, sitting back early, and St Covert's going very fast, will easily be in front at the post the first time. St Covert from Durbridge. Solvet moving up on the outside. Snap next. Then it's all in fun. Soho Square. Reading back on the inside, about 6th or 7th, turning out of the straight. Dane Win is next, followed by Trista Love. Further back in the field then River Verdon outside El Cove, and then Tenor Jeune, and last 2 lengths away Rough Habit. Now Solvet goes to the front, out to the 1400, and the New Zealander Solvet in front, a length and a half to St Covert. Matthews just let him go. St Covert sits second, right on the hammer of the leader. 3 lengths back then Durbridge, well placed. It's all in fun as next, and Snap over on the rail. Then Danewin going around the outside, but 3 wide at the 1200 turn around Soho Square, and Reading, who follows Snap. Then a length and a half to Jeune over on the outside of Trista Love from El Cove. River Verdon back second last or third last. Behind him is Tenor and Rough Habit on the rails. Going past the 1000, and Solvet the leader. 2.5 St Covert, a length and a half to Durbridge. Snap having a lovely run fourth the inside. Danewin trapped out, and then it's all in fun. 1 further back is Reading over on the inside of Soho Square. Then Trista Love, Jeune, El Cove. River Verdon well back from Tenor, and last on the inside Rough Habit. Solvet the leader down the side. 2 lengths to St Covert. Durbridge striding into it. Snap over on the inside, and then Danewin under pressure. They're followed by Reading, hard ridden, making ground, and then Soho Square. It's all in fun, drops out. Jeune to the outside. Well back is Trista Love. River Verdon coming up towards the turn, and Solvet is the leader by a length and a half. Durbridge rushes up into second placing, followed then by St Covert. Here's Reading starting his run on the outside. Solvet leads into the straight from Durbridge, and Reading coming on strongly, and then St Covert. Solvet the leader now from Durbridge, and Reading on the outside. Still Solvet has it. 100 metres to go. Reading, and here is El Cove now, and Rough Habit is diving through. Solvet still in front. Rough Habit, no. Solvet a nose to Rough Habit, a mighty run second. Reading is close up third, I think, just in front of El Cove. Then Danewin, followed further back in the field at the head of the other horses was St Covert. Durbridge, Tenor, Trista Love followed further back by Soho Square. Then Jeune, River Verdon, Snap, and it's all in fun.
Number 3, Solvet, $14.50, $4.40. 1, Rough Habit, $9.80, and 6, Reading, $2.50.
It's a photo. The judge has called for a photo to decide it between Solvet and Rough Habit, who has stormed through late. Reading close up on the outside. It looks like Solvet has lasted. Time is 2:2.6. A replay coming up. Rough Habit lunging, but I think Solvet will get it. Solvet, David Walsh. Yes, in the frame it goes. Solvet, David Walsh, Moira Murdoch. Second, Rough Habit, a New Zealand Quinella. And third could well have been another photo finish, Reading and El Cove. 3-1 and perhaps another photo. The last 847.4. The overall time in 2:2.6. And the New Zealander Solvet, who won on this day 2 years ago. Then last year was a mighty second to the Phantom Chance in a Kiwi Quinella. And today has taken it out by a breath, just holding on in a much more truly judged race out in front. He burnt away last year, but he didn't go to the front until the 1400 today. He didn't go hard, but he sprinted magnificently at the end of it. Moira Murdoch, who balances her career between training a small group. She's just got a permit to train, just a hobby trainer really. Bought this horse for just $4,500 at the yearling sales, a family concern. She's nursed him through his career and has now managed to take out the greatest race at weights for age in Australasia. A wonderful training performance. Moira, who balances her career as a racehorse trainer with bringing up a family. She's got 2 young children, 6 and 5 years of age, and what a thrill it will be for the entire Murdoch family from Takanini in New Zealand. Solvet by Morcon from Yellow Sun, unfashionably bred, and only a $4,500 purchase, takes out the big one. Peter.
Spree, we've got Moira Murdoch, the trainer, with her all-in press conference. Just a quick reaction.
Oh, absolutely. Very proud of him.
Moira, you're happy to run second last year. It must be unbelievable to win.
Oh, it's just, it hasn't sunk in. It hasn't sunk
How did you feel in the run when the Challenger started?
Oh, I thought he was going very well, actually. Yeah, I just hoping he could hang on long enough.
Well, you've done a marvellous job with him to win in New Zealand and then come over and take the best race in Australasia.
I think it's the best race in the world, isn't it?
I think so. And you're a major player. Well done, Moira.
Was that the plan, go straight to the front?
We were just going to see how it went, see what happened, and Dave rode a beautiful ride. Thank you.
Yes, well, we've got all the press and radio and TV boys at the moment. Brian Blackmore from 3 Years Edge just having a word with the Greg, so we might just button in on that for a moment.
Just a good horse, Peter Sass.
That's right. And Bud Cummings just coming up to introduce Moira. And going one better than last year when the horse ran second, Moira.
Yes, he is, yeah.
And what about the ride?
Oh, beautiful ride. What else could you ask? He kept his head. He did the job beautifully.
And what about the prize money? Just under $1 million? Haven't thought about it. Okay, Greg, we've been swamped by reporters down here. Back to you.
Yes, $975,000 Australian. By the time you cut that across the Tasman, you've got $1 million and a bit. And she deserves it because she has done a wonderful job with this horse, Solvet. Terrific performance. Reading has run officially third. We hadn't had that through when we went down to you, Peter. 3, 1 and 6. Reading holding on to third. So official placings 3, 1 and 6. Solvet, written by David Walsh, trained by Moira Murdoch, is first. Rough Habit has been just an unbelievable finishing run into second placing, threading through the field, written by Ross Elliott, trained by John Wheeler. So a Kiwi Quinella. And third, Reading by Nassipor from Like a Jewel, trained by Gavin Kelly and ridden by Danny Brereton. John Wheeler. Okay, let's go down Peterborough for John Wheeler.
Yes, we're just waiting for a TV crew to finish with him, Greg. In fact, we'll have him in just a moment. But it was a mighty run by Rough Habit. I was right down at ground level on the line, not from your high vantage point overlooking the track. And it started to dive through with about 100 metres to go. And I thought, gee, it may get there. But unfortunately, it didn't. For Johnny Wheeler, Johnny, your commiserations. So we're going across the Tasman on ABC radio. Well, here's the jockey just coming in, Ross Elliott.
And what a run I got. I just stride too late. He's a freak. He's an absolute freak.
That was Ross Elliott, the jockey, saying he's a freak. And he is a freak, isn't he, Johnny Wheeler?
Yeah, he is a freak. Like, they wrote him off today, and we were hoping that he'd go a big one. If he hits out on the track, he's got a big chance, and he didn't. He just got beaten. It was an enormous run.
Fantastic run, neglected too by the Australian punters, who gave him away in the fast track conditions.
Just as well he didn't win. They'd have to build a new grandstand. They'd have pulled it down, wouldn't they?
Okay, Johnny Wheeler, the trainer of the second horse. Greg, back to you.
Yes, they certainly did ride off Rough Habit today. Would you believe he started at about 50 to 1? An extraordinary price for a horse who's won 11 Group 1 races, really. Now, we've got some tote dividends coming through. Okay. Pindy, our Pompey on the outside of them, and Glastonbury's off early around the outside to sit more prominent as the pace slackened right off. In behind them then Top Rating, Starstruck and Legiro on the railers last of all. So they just cantered to the home turn the first time. And Gold Sovereign, who went like the wind last week in the Caulfield Cup, is out for a stroll in front today. Gold Sovereign for Michael Clark, the leader into the straight the first time. Glastonbury is second, and Top Rating, Oliver's not happy with the pace, and he moves around the outside now. So the Hayes pair are up second and third behind Gold Sovereign. Back behind them fourth is our Pompey, Strike High, pace quickening up a little. Next the Phantom Chance, followed by Pindy. 2 lengths to Starstruck and Legiro on the rail last of all. Only 10 lengths covered the field. Out of the straight to the 1600. Gold Sovereign is the leader, about 3/4 to Top Rating. 2 lengths further back is Glastonbury. A length and a half then came out, Pompey and Strike High together. Won the Phantom Chance, Pindy back on the inside. Second last Starstruck, last of all Legiro. There's been little or no change in the order, and you wouldn't expect there'd be change for some time. Up passing the 1400, and the leader Gold Sovereign, about 2 lengths to Top Rating, a length and a half to Glastonbury. One Strike High fourth, the inside from our Pompeii. There's the Phantom Chance making a move though. He's starting a run, 1200 to go, moves up to fourth, the pace quickening up now. Next Pindy, Starstruck is second last, and last of all is Legiro. Now change came over the scene because Michael Clark put his foot flat to the boards and let loose on Gold Sovereign, and with 1,000 to go, the Bolter Gold Sovereign led by 8 lengths. Top Rating is second, Glastonbury is a length away third, Strike High the rail, the Phantom Chance ridden along at the moment. 2 lengths our Pompeii, 1 Pindy, Starstruck. By gee, she's got a bit of work to do to win it from there, and last is Legiro. Down the side they come, and Gold Sovereign is the leader. This has been a good ride in front, win, lose or draw, Michael Clark. 600 to go, 6 lengths in front of Top Rating. The Phantom Chance responding to hard riding, gets to third now. Strike High the rail, Glastonbury's gone. Pindy and our Pompeii are next when they came to the turn. 400 or less to go. Gold Sovereign now tackled by Top Rating, who sweeps to the lead for Damien Oliver. Here's our Pompeii, the dual Adelaide Cup winner, out of the pack chasing into the straight. Top Rating the leader from our Pompeii, then the Phantom Chance, but it's Top Rating well clear of our Pompeii, then the Phantom Chance and Starstruck, but Top Rating. This is a brilliant performance. Oliver sits quiet as a church mouse. Top Rating by 2 lengths. Starstruck just got up for second from our Pompeii. A gap Pindy, followed by Gold Sovereign, the Phantom Chance, Strike High, Glastonbury second last, and Legiro was last to finish.
Number 7, Top Rating, 320 and 140. 10, Starstruck, 170, and 2 our Pompeii, 360.
Top Rating will soar up betting charts for the Melbourne Cup after that display. That was a brilliant victory, achieved with disdain for his opposition. Oliver just sat very, very quietly. He could have won this by 6 or 7, conservative. But he just let him ease in the run to the line. And for a horse who probably was just in need of this run, he must be one of the major chances in the Melbourne Cup, having been placed at 2 Mile in the Adelaide Cup. It's been a terrific performance. Number 7. Let's go down to Peter Booth in the mounting yard after Top Rating's brilliant Moonee Valley Cup win.
Now we've got David Hayes here. David, is it your birthday today?
Yes, it is, yeah. So Top Rating responded, which was fantastic.
A very easy win, eased down by Oliver.
Yeah, I think it was easy for the last 200 metres, and, you know, it was a magnificent effort. He raced out of character today because of the slow pace, but just shows he's adaptable. He's a very, very exciting horse.
And no penalty for the Melbourne Cup?
Probably a bit easy, to be honest. You know, it was just a canter round for him. I'll have to seriously look on how he pulls up, whether I give him one more race, because he's in awesome form, and his work suggests that he's running.
The gentleman himself celebrating a birthday today too, David Hayes. Happy birthday. That's a double banger.
Yeah, double banger. We won the 2 second biggest races and just ran a miss in the Cox Plate. But I got a big thrill out of that because it was important he ran well, because he's, you know, he'll nearly be Melbourne Cup favourite now, I think.
We were surprised early when he was up there pulling.
Just a smart ride by Oliver. The plan was to sit back last and just swoop around, but when there was no pace, that's why you put a top jockey on. He summed it up, and very smart ride.
Did you buy this horse, or you and your dad buy this horse specifically with the Melbourne Cup in mind? Because what did you see with the horse that was the potential there, David?
I've followed him for years in Adelaide, and he's just got a huge finish, and Nassapours get better with age, and I got a tip off he was available for sale, and I swooped and showed Dad the horse, and on the videos, and you only have to look at the videos and you had to buy him.
Yeah, sort of a swoop.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was fantastic. And, you know, like, we've got a real live chance in the Cup now. The only hiccup was no Caulfield Cup run.
Oh, well, there you go.
He's got an interesting few hours, hasn't he?
Yeah, you know, that certainly wasn't a Caulfield Cup field, but I reckon he won a bit easier than Palace Lane. We'll see what he thinks.
After that, David, you'd be surprised if Damien didn't jump off Paris Lane, wouldn't you?
I would be, but it's his choice. Doesn't worry me. I think anyone could win on this horse.
Okay, happy birthday, David. Well done. Okay, Greg, David Hayes, the trainer of Top Rating, the winner of the Moonee Valley Cup. Back to you.
Yes, some very interesting comments down there in the mounting yard, and more interesting comments will come on Monday, because this is the horse that returned a positive swab to an anabolic steroid, and David Hayes has to face the stewards on Monday at 1:30 on a charge of having brought this horse to the races with a drug in it. And already the former trainer Ron Morgan has admitted that it was he that gave the horse the drug, exonerating David, but it'll be interesting to see just how the stewards view that. That was after winning the Naturalism handicap back on the 17th of September. Winning margin was a length and a half ahead between second and third. We need to get a time too. There's been no time posted there. It'll certainly be no flash time because they did dawdle along early, and Oliver quickly summed up the situation, taking his horse into a prominent role, and that is about the best Melbourne Cup trial we've seen. The hint was made down there that Damien Oliver has to make a choice now. Does he stay with Paris Lane, the Caulfield Cup winner, or switch to Top Rating? The key to it might be the weights, because Top Rating drops from the 56 he carried today to 52.5.
2:45.9.
2:45.9 was the time. That's some 7.9 outside of the record, a reflection of how slowly they went. 7, 10 and 2. Top